The massive alien ship drifted silently through the darkness of space, its metallic hull reflecting distant starlight. Commander Ray Kim watched the holographic display, her dark eyes scanning the intricate patterns of incoming signals. Something was different about this approach, not like any previous alien encounters Earth had experienced. The Zorn vessel was enormous, easily dwarfing human space stations. Its design suggested advanced technology far beyond current human understanding. Sleek metallic sections connected in complex geometric patterns with pulsing energy signatures that made the quantum sensors flicker. Ja Park, the lead strategic analyst, leaned forward. His fingers moved rapidly across the holographic interface, running multiple scan protocols simultaneously. "They're not attempting communication," he muttered. "This is a pure reconnaissance mission." In the underground command center beneath the United Earth Defense Headquarters, tension filled the air. Technicians worked silently, their fingers dancing across holographic displays. Each movement was calculated, each breath controlled. The alien ship moved closer to Earth's orbital perimeter. Standard communication channels remained silent. No traditional greeting, no diplomatic signal, just a cold, calculated approach that suggested something more sinister than exploration. Han Choi, the chief scientific advisor, adjusted his neural interface. Mathematical calculations and potential scenarios flickered across his augmented vision. "Their technological signature suggests complete confidence," he whispered. "They believe resistance is futile." But humanity had been preparing. Decades of secret technological development, global cooperation, and strategic planning had transformed Earth from a potential target into a formidable defender. The Zorn ship continued its approach. Massive energy signatures began building around its hull, suggesting potential weapon systems charging. Each movement was precise, almost mechanical, like a predator sizing up its prey. Rick Kim's voice cut through the silence. "Initiate defensive protocols. Quantum interdiction field at maximum sensitivity." A soft humming began deep within Earth's orbital defense systems. Invisible energy grids started forming, creating a complex network of technological barriers that would make traditional invasion impossible. J. Park watched the alien vessel's movements. Something in its approach felt different. Not just another random encounter, but a calculated invasion attempt. Years of studying potential extraterrestrial threats had prepared him for this moment. The first contact was nothing like historical predictions. No peaceful communication, no diplomatic exchange, just a cold, calculated approach that suggested total conquest. Han Choi's neural interface began processing massive amounts of data. "Their technological level is approximately 300 years beyond our current understanding," he reported. "But they've made a critical mistake." The mistake was underestimating human adaptability. As the Zorn ship moved closer, Earth's defensive systems began their silent dance. Quantum shields flickered to life, creating layers of protection that would become legendary in future galactic records. "Target locked," Ray Kim announced calmly. Her voice never betrayed the immense tension filling the command center. The alien vessel continued its approach, seemingly unaware of the technological trap being prepared. Its massive hull suggested overwhelming power, but humanity had learned that true strength wasn't about size. It was about intelligent strategy. Ja Park's fingers moved across the interface. Complex algorithms and predictive models began forming intricate defensive patterns. Each movement was calculated, each protocol designed to protect humanity's future. The command center remained silent. No panic, no fear, just cold, calculated preparation. Years of global cooperation had transformed humanity from a divided species to a unified defensive force. The Zorn ship was about to learn a critical lesson. Earth was no longer a vulnerable target. Humanity had become something entirely unexpected. A technological fortress prepared to defend its existence at any cost. As the alien vessel crossed the final orbital marker, Earth's defensive systems began their silent, deadly dance. The first encounter was about to become a moment that would reshape galactic understanding forever. No one spoke. No one needed to. The next few moments would determine humanity's fate in the vast, unknown universe. Dr. Hyun Choi's research lab looked like something between a technological cathedral and a science fiction dream. Holographic displays danced with complex mathematical equations, while quantum processors hummed with incredible energy. The team had been working in absolute secrecy for years, developing something the world had never seen before. The quantum interdiction field is more than just a defense system, Hyun explained to his core team. It's a living, adaptive network that can predict and neutralize technological threats. Each researcher understood the magnitude of their work. They weren't just creating a shield, they were designing a technological weapon that could rewrite the rules of space combat. Quantum algorithms danced across screens, showing potential invasion scenarios and their corresponding defensive responses. The first test came unexpectedly. The Zorn invasion fleet approached, believing their advanced technology would easily overcome human defenses. They were wrong. As the first alien ships entered Earth's orbital range, the interdiction field activated. It wasn't a simple energy barrier, but a complex network of quantum frequencies that could instantly disrupt any technological system. Communication signals became garbled. Navigation systems collapsed. Weapon platforms simply stopped functioning. One by one, the Zorn ships began to drift. Their advanced technology became nothing more than expensive metal floating in space. Some exploded from internal system failures, while others simply powered down, becoming silent tombs of alien technology. Ray Kim watched from the command center, her expression calm and calculated. First wave neutralized, she reported. Total technological shutdown at 99.7% efficiency. The scientific team celebrated quietly. This wasn't just a defensive victory. It was a complete redefinition of space warfare. Humanity had shown that intelligence and adaptive technology could overcome raw power. Jay Park reviewed the data streams. They didn't expect us to be this prepared, he said. Each invasion attempt teaches us more about their technological vulnerabilities. The quantum interdiction field was more than a defensive tool. It was a learning system that grew smarter with each interaction. Every alien attempt to breach Earth's defenses provided more data, more understanding, more strategic information. Dr. Hyun Choi's team continued refining the technology. They weren't just defending. They were developing a comprehensive understanding of alien technological systems. Mathematical models predicted potential invasion strategies with incredible accuracy. We're not just blocking, Hyun explained to his team. We're learning. Every interaction gives us more insight into their technological infrastructure. The next Zorn invasion attempt came with larger ships, more complex weapon systems. They believed they had solved the previous technological challenges. They were wrong again. The interdiction field adapted instantly. Where previous defenses might have struggled, this system transformed alien technology into useless metal. Navigation systems collapsed. Communication networks became impossible. Weapon platforms simply died. Ri Kim's team tracked each invasion attempt with scientific precision. They're losing ships faster than they can produce them, she reported to the United Earth Council. The technological defense was more than a shield. It was a complete reimagining of space warfare. Humanity had transformed from a potential target to a technological fortress that could neutralize any invasion attempt. Jay Park understood the larger strategy. This isn't just about defense, he told his strategic team. This is about sending a message to the entire galaxy. Humanity cannot be conquered. Each failed invasion attempt spread through alien communication networks. Stories of human technological superiority began circulating, transforming Earth's reputation from a potential victim to a dangerous, unpredictable civilization. The quantum interdiction field became a legend. Other alien civilizations studied the technology, trying to understand how a relatively young species could develop such an advanced defensive system. Dr. Hyun Choi's team continued their work, knowing they were rewriting the rules of galactic interaction. They weren't just protecting Earth. They were changing how civilizations would interact in the future. As another Zorn invasion fleet approached, the interdiction field hummed with quiet, deadly potential. Humanity waited, prepared, and absolutely confident. The universe was about to learn a critical lesson. Earth was no longer just a planet. It was a technological fortress that could not be conquered. The United Earth Council meeting room buzzed with intense energy. Jai Park stood at the center, his fingers moving across a holographic galactic map. Ray Kim and Dr. Yun Choi flanked him, their expressions serious and determined. "We're no longer just defending," Jay announced. "We're going on the offensive." The strategic counterplay wasn't about direct military confrontation. It was about something more sophisticated: total diplomatic and technological isolation of the Zorn Empire. Han's research team had discovered critical weaknesses in the Zorn's communication networks. Every alien civilization relied on complex interstellar communication systems. Humanity would use this against them. The first move was a carefully crafted message broadcast across multiple galactic frequencies. Each word was calculated, each sentence designed to expose the Zorn's aggressive intentions. The Zorn Empire represents a threat to peaceful galactic civilization, Jay's message declared. Any civilization supporting their expansionist agenda will face similar technological consequences. Intelligence teams worked quietly, gathering information about the Zorn's political and economic relationships. They weren't just collecting data. They were preparing to systematically dismantle the alien empire's infrastructure. Ray Kim's covert operations team began targeting Zorn communication relays. These weren't military attacks, but sophisticated technological interventions. Communication signals became unreliable. Trade routes mysteriously became dangerous. Economic partnerships started collapsing. The Zorn leadership became increasingly frustrated. Their technological superiority meant nothing if they couldn't communicate or maintain their galactic network. Diplomatic channels became a battlefield of information. Human strategists understood something the Zorn had forgotten. True power wasn't about military might, but about relationships and information control. Other alien civilizations watched carefully. The humans were doing something unprecedented, fighting a war without firing a single traditional weapon. Economic pressure began mounting. Planets that once traded freely with the Zorn Empire started withdrawing. Trade agreements collapsed. Supply chains became unstable. The Zorn's extensive network of economic relationships began to crumble. "We're isolating them," Jay explained to his team. "Not through violence, but through strategic information control." Han's technological team developed advanced communication encryption that made Zorn interception impossible. They were creating a technological wall that the aliens couldn't penetrate. Each communication sent was a calculated move. Humans weren't just defending. They were reshaping galactic political dynamics. The Zorn leadership began to panic. Their intelligence reports showed a civilization that was transforming faster than they could understand. Humanity wasn't just resisting. They were completely redesigning the rules of galactic interaction. Ray Kim's intelligence teams infiltrated Zorn communication networks. They didn't destroy. They manipulated. False reports, strategic misinformation, carefully crafted narratives that created internal confusion. Psychological warfare, Rai explained, doesn't require weapons, just precise information. The United Earth Council watched as their strategy unfolded. They weren't just protecting Earth. They were teaching the galaxy a lesson about human adaptability. Alien civilizations began receiving detailed reports about Zorn aggression. Documentation, intercepted communications, strategic analysis, all pointing to the Zorn Empire as an unstable, dangerous civilization. Ja Park's final broadcast was simple and direct. The Zorn Empire is banned from Earth's solar system. Any violation will result in complete technological isolation. The message was clear. Humanity had transformed from a potential victim to a strategic powerhouse that could reshape galactic dynamics through intelligence and technological superiority. As the Zorn leadership tried to understand what was happening, humanity continued its silent, deadly strategic counterplay. No traditional weapons were needed. Information, technology, and strategic thinking were their most powerful tools. The galaxy was watching, and humanity was just getting started. The final Zorn invasion fleet approached Earth with a desperate fury. Massive battleships stretched across multiple star systems, their weapons charged and ready for total destruction. But they had no idea what awaited them. Ray Kim stood in the command center, her hand steady on the quantum control interface. Final invasion fleet detected, she announced coldly, initiating defensive protocols. The Zorn believed this would be their ultimate victory. Hundreds of advanced warships, each capable of destroying entire planetary systems, converged on Earth's orbital zone. Their military leadership was convinced that humanity's previous defenses were just luck. They were wrong. Judd Park's strategic team had been preparing for this moment. Every previous encounter, every failed invasion attempt, had been carefully analyzed. The quantum interdiction field was no longer just a defensive tool. It had become a living, adaptive weapon system. As the first Zorn ships entered Earth's orbital perimeter, something unexpected happened. The interdiction field didn't just block their systems, it began actively destroying them from the inside. Navigation systems collapsed instantly. Communication networks turned into chaos. Weapon platforms became nothing more than useless metal chunks floating in space. The Zorn ships started destroying each other in complete confusion. Dr. Hyun Choi watched the holographic displays with scientific precision. "Adaptive algorithm working perfectly," he muttered. "Each ship is becoming a threat to its own fleet." The Zorn military leadership couldn't understand what was happening. Their most advanced technological systems were being turned against them. Ships that cost billions in resources became nothing more than expensive debris. Rick Kim's voice remained calm. Neutralization at 87% efficiency. Continuing strategic intervention. Predictive AI systems developed by human scientists began manipulating the Zorn fleet's own communication networks. False signals, strategic misinformation, complex quantum algorithms that transformed their technological advantage into a massive weakness. One by one, the Zorn ships began to fall, not through direct human attack, but through their own technological systems turning against them. It was psychological warfare taken to its most advanced technological extreme. J. Park understood the deeper strategy. This wasn't just about defending Earth. This was about sending a message to the entire galaxy about human technological capabilities. The confrontation lasted less than 3 hours. By the time the last Zorn ship was neutralized, their entire invasion fleet had been completely destroyed. No human weapon had been fired. No human soldier had been deployed. The United Earth Council watched in stunned silence. They had just witnessed something unprecedented in galactic history. A complete technological annihilation of an invasion force without traditional warfare. Dr. Hyun Choi's team continued monitoring the situation. Each destroyed Zorn ship provided more data, more understanding of alien technological systems. Science and strategy had become the ultimate weapons. Intercepted Zorn communications revealed total panic. Their military leadership couldn't comprehend how a supposedly young civilization could develop such advanced defensive capabilities. J. Park drafted the final communication. Simple, direct, devastating. The Zorn invasion has been neutralized. Any future attempts will result in complete technological destruction. The message was clear. Humanity was no longer just a potential target. They had become a technological force that could reshape galactic dynamics through intelligence and strategic thinking. As debris from the Zorn fleet continued to drift in space, Earth's quantum interdiction field hummed quietly. A silent guardian that had just rewritten the rules of interstellar conflict. The confrontation was over, and humanity had won without firing a single traditional weapon. The galaxy would never be the same again. The United Earth Council chamber fell silent as J. Park stepped forward. Outside the window, the first rays of sunlight reflected off newly constructed space stations, symbols of humanity's transformation. "We are no longer just observers," Jay announced. "We are architects of galactic evolution." The Zorn Empire's collapse had created a power vacuum that other alien civilizations watched with a mixture of fear and fascination. Humanity had done something unprecedented, defeated a technologically superior civilization without traditional warfare. Rick Kim's intelligence teams were already mapping the new galactic political landscape. Diplomatic channels that were once closed now opened with unexpected enthusiasm. Alien civilizations that had previously ignored humanity now sought communication. Dr. Hyun Choi's research teams worked overtime. The technological insights gained from the Zorn confrontation were revolutionary. Quantum communication systems, adaptive defense networks, predictive AI. Humanity had leapfrogged centuries of technological development in just months. Earth established the first interstellar diplomatic council. Unlike previous human organizations, this was truly global. Representatives from every continent, every major culture, worked together with a unity never seen before. The first alien delegations arrived with caution. They expected conquerors. Instead, they found diplomats who understood the delicate balance of interstellar relationships. "We are not here to replace," Jay would explain in every meeting. "We are here to collaborate." Technological exchange became humanity's primary diplom.